Up legends. All right, outlook for today. So G's in a bit of an interesting spot. It very well can come higher, but it may actually sell from where it is. So it's mitigating this hourly supply, which broke this low and also as well induced all that liquidity and mitigated that top point. So it can actually sell from where it is, and it may actually do that without giving us an entry. I'm open to actually selling it through this demand area that it's in now, but I think it's just going to push through it. I don't really have anything that I can induce upwards besides this retest that sits up here. So it's made it a little bit awkward in that sense. If we could get a good enough 1 minute structure out of here, I would need to see something, like a reasonable size two leg, at least ideally come up and mitigate that area. Then I'd be happy to look for sells through it. But as it stands right now, there's not really any way to get in it. So it may just sell through it. If it does just sell through it, I'm open to buying here, which is retest of that breaker structure there. Now, the only reason I'm really open to buying from that point here is not we can still come up higher. Got a medium inducement here, and this point will be a medium inducement also targeting Asia high. So yeah, we've just pushed through that. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be really on for a sell setup here. What we can also look at now though is two breaks with an internal inducement. So I'm actually happy to look for sells out of the mitigation of that supply. It's something that we can work with if it gives us enough liquidity on that retracement. So we'll see how that sets up. But yeah, as long as they just don't melt through this point, I'm actually open to buying off that more or less a short-term buy, just anticipating that it can still come higher. But yeah, not expecting obviously much in the way of buys there. My next good buy point is more or less actually going to be if they take this low, the mitigation of this extreme area. Now, I wouldn't expect it to hold, but if I can get some sort of divergence, I'm open to trading off the back of the manipulation that we can expect out of that demand area there. So we'll see what that does. I will set an alert here just so I can see what it does when it gets there. But honestly, it just looks like it's going to melt. Um, yeah, you can't trade up there. It's pre-Frankfurt, so little bit too early. But the other side of this, if we do push all the way up from here, I'm happy to sell off the take of that, just inducing inside of that external supply. Obviously, can also sell off the take of that supply, but we'd want to see both of those highs there get taken. So see what that does. Now, EU is mitigating, like we were speaking about last week, this bigger 4 hour area down here. We have now got the bigger like hourly two leg out of it. So it's good in that sense. We've now pushed into the mitigation of this demand to supply area that did take liquidity, and we've obviously induced into the mitigation of it as well. Obviously these points here too. So good supply. The supply should outweigh this demand. I believe we have given enough of a smart money trap out of that 4 hour area now to be able to continue selling off. If we break this low, it is going to be a medium inducement. However, I do more or less see it as confirming this area as a smart money trap. And given how much liquidity is sitting down here, I'm not expecting really any of this to hold. So I'm not necessarily keen on trying to buy off the take of this, even though it is like a two leg, and it is a medium inducement. I more or less want to see it actually come down, sweep, and mitigate this unmitigated portion of that demand area, get a little bit of a push up, potentially take out these highs, and then sell down from there. Now I'm open to buying that retracement there, especially given what GU is doing at the time. If GU is potentially inducing that while we're getting EU mitigating, I'm very, very open to it. But I would rather catch a sell, to be honest, just given the market movement at the minute, and the fact that I don't expect this area to hold, but I am open to buying it. If we do just drive up from here, my next spot to sell, other than the that sort of area, would more or less be the take of this high or that high there, but just going to depend on momentum. If we push through this point here, I'm expecting this area to not hold. So yeah, I'll be more or less looking at that area there, but it's kind of at the minute potential short-term buys off the take of that, sells off the take of that if we can get that manipulation, or sells from up at those areas there. So, like I said, we'll see what it does. News for today, we don't really have any news. We've got a little bit of orange folder coming out an hour into the session, hour and 15 minutes into the session. nothing else really on Forex Factory, no midnight news or anything like that. So yeah, we'll see what London wants to do, see where we're positioned, but not in a bad spot. There's potential near where we are. Ideally, we just don't get too much of a melt coming into the session on GU, and we'll be sweet. So hopefully that'll make sense, and we'll speak with you soon.